Linda. Thank you for your help at our wedding last week.
Oh, Patricia? You're alive? You disappeared for about a week, so I thought you went to the other side.
Actually, I almost died. It seems like God didn't abandon me, though. It was a once-in-a-lifetime grand stage, but it turned out like that. Really terrible.
Excuse me? We were the ones who had a tough time. The wedding was cancelled after you collapsed. It was really tough time for us.
That's right. A bride collapsing from acute alcohol intoxication at her wedding. Even the wedding staff said it was unprecedented.
The staff at the wedding hall, too. My son and all the guests. You caused trouble for everyone and ruined the ceremony. You should reflect on your actions.
I apologize to everyone for causing trouble, but it was you who made me drink a lot of alcohol, right?
Oh my God! Are you saying it's my fault? How rude! You were intolerant to alcohol, so isn't it your fault for forcing yourself to drink? I don't know if you were in high spirits at the wedding, but you should know your limits.
I know that I can't tolerate alcohol, so I decided to have a non-alcoholic beer for the first toast. I made sure to arrange to get me non-alcoholic drinks after the toast. I persistently reminded the staff at the venue. But on the day of the wedding, my beer was replaced by a regular beer with alcohol.
Huh? Is that so? Did the wedding staff make a mistake?
I don't think so. You know something, don't you?
Are you trying to say that I switched the beers?
You were excessively trying to make me drink beer at that time, weren't you?
It's a wedding, so drink more. I don't know if you'll need to be rushed to the hospital, though.
Didn't you say that? By the time I realized something was wrong, my consciousness had already become clouded. I couldn't figure out the truth at that time. Now that I think about it, it's all too suspicious.
I didn't know from the start that you can't tolerate alcohol at all. I had no idea that the alcohol in your glass had been switched. I just offered you the alcohol that was on your seat. What's so suspicious about me?
Then, why did you say you wouldn't know if I were rushed to the hospital? There was no reason for me to be rushed to the hospital.
I've only heard stories of brides fainting from overwhelming happiness at weddings. A daughter from a poor family like yours, whose parents are a low-class office worker, to marry Louis, the son of a very prestigious and elite family. It must be such an overwhelmingly joyful honor that you'd faint with happiness.
I see. By the way, how is Louis doing? I was in the hospital for a week, and he hasn't come to see me even once. Maybe he's busy dealing with relatives and the ceremony.
Oh, my son's fine. He's resting at home right now. He's been busy cleaning up the mess that you made. I'm gonna make his favorite food today, and we're going to have a party.
A party?
It's an end of engagement party for you and Louis.
End of engagement? What are you talking about? What do you mean by end of engagement party?
Well, I mean exactly what I said. A woman who collapsed at the wedding and caused so much trouble and then suspects her mother-in-law of being the culprit. You are not worthy to be the wife of my family.
Wait a minute. It's true that we were planning to submit the marriage registration after the ceremony, so we weren't officially married yet. Breaking off the engagement over something like this is outrageous, right? In the first place, there's no way Louis would agree to it.
Of course Louis agrees with me. From the very beginning, I was against my son marrying a poor woman like you. He insisted, so I reluctantly accepted it. I'm glad he came to his senses after seeing what a jerk you've been this time.
I know you have been against our marriage for a long time. But Louis told me that he doesn't care about my family background or your opinion. He even said he prepared to sever ties with his family to be with me. There's no way that Louis would agree to break off our engagement. Are you doing something behind it? You switched my beer to make Louis and I break up, didn't you?
Do you have any proof that I did it?
I have no proof.
You really are a rude woman to suspect someone without any proof. Now I feel more and more to not let you marry my son.
We can put the marriage on hold for now. I just got out of the hospital, so I'm going to look into things now. I'll contact Louis and ask him directly.
Do whatever you want, but don't get your hopes up. Louis dumped you, okay? Accept the reality now.
Louis, I'm finally out of the hospital. I'd like to ask you something.
Now what? Shut up, you low-minded person who can't even properly hold a wedding. We are having family time with Mom and Dad right now.
Low-minded? You weren't someone who would say such things. What did your mother tell you?
You're the one who told me all that stuff. You lied to me a lot. You're truly the worst kind of woman.
I never lied to you about anything. What are you talking about?
Shut up. Stop pretending to be innocent like that. Collapsing at the wedding is quite a creative idea, isn't it? Did you think everyone would pay attention to you and feel sorry about you?
What are you really saying? I'm sorry for collapsing, being hospitalized, and causing trouble for everyone. I'm grateful that you explained things to everyone.
Shut up. I knew what my mom said was true.
What?
From the beginning, all you ever cared about was my family's fortune. You fell ill at the wedding, and you were going to show off your infirmity and live without working after marriage, right? You thought you could make money from my parents and live off them, huh? I knew it. People from poor families think dirty.
What are you talking about? I never thought like that. It's true that your father is an executive of a big company and my father is just an office worker. There's a difference in family background, but I don't care about that. You said you would make me happy for the rest of my life. And we talked about becoming independent from your family after marriage and building our home together with both of us working, right?
I was a fool then. I fell hook, line, and sinker for your acting. I even doubted Mom, who saw through the truth and warned me. I almost married you without believing her. I'm glad you did something stupid at the wedding. Explaining to relatives and the venue was tough, but I'm glad I don't have to marry you.
What? Do you really believe in what your mother said? You were with me when I was discussing the idea of making all the drinks non-alcoholic because I can't tolerate alcohol, right? Despite that, my beer was switched to alcoholic without my knowledge. Don't you think something is strange?
I don't think so. You switched it out yourself, didn't you?
Even during the ceremony, I was right next to you the whole time. And even before that, I was so busy getting dressed and stuff, I didn't have time to switch. Besides, you saw your mother trying to force me to drink beer, didn't you?
What? Are you trying to tell me that my mother switched the beer?
I think there's a high possibility of that.
You've got to be kidding me. Mom was always worried about you even after you collapsed. At first, she was against the marriage because of your family background. But right before the wedding, she gave her blessing and said she was looking forward to it.
Really? That's news to me. I thought she had been against our marriage from the beginning until now. She's been pushing me to call off the engagement for a while now. She said you agreed with that too.
You're saying it's all my mom's fault when you intentionally drink alcohol? I can't believe you. It's only natural to break off the engagement with such a wicked woman. Mom was willing to welcome you as a daughter-in-law, and you betrayed her.
I see. I get it now. We are not on the same page at all, and there's no point in explaining to you any further. I'm done.
I try to love you regardless of your family background. I'm disappointed that you betrayed me like this.
I'm disappointed too.
Oh yeah? Disappointed because you won't get Dad and Mom's money. Someone poor and low-minded like you should stay poor for life. I'm sure you won't find anyone else once I dumped you. At best, you'll live on the bottom with your poor family.
I didn't think you were such scum. It's a good thing we never got married. Well, goodbye.
Don't ever show your face again.
Of course, that's my intention. If you show up, someone scarier than me will go.
Huh? Hey, what do you mean?
Hey, Patricia! Linda? You know, you are not my mother-in-law anymore. What on earth do you have to call me for?
Explain what's going on. There are about 10 scary-looking guys in front of my house. They're all shouting my name at the door.
Oh, I see. That sounds scary.
Don't play dumb. You did this, right? They are saying something about the wedding.
It wasn't me. Well, I can't say I have no idea.
What? Don't hold it back. Tell me quickly.
Even if I told you, there's nothing you can do about it. Apologizing won't help. Many people are even angrier than I am about the wedding. I'm sure those guys got together for their own good.
So, you know who they are?
Probably they're brothers of my mother.
Huh? Brothers? There are too many of them. I don't believe you.
Well, I mean they're not real brothers. Those people are my mother's old friends.
Your mother? I thought she was a housewife. How can she be friends with people like them?
She's a housewife now, but when she was young, she was a famous gang member. After starting a family with my dad, she left the gang, but she still has numerous brothers. When she says one word, about 10 of them fly in instantly.
Then they were sent by your mother, weren't they? Tell them to go home now.
Oh no, that's impossible.
Why not? Tell your mother to stop this. I mean, you're the one who told your mom to do this.
My mother is doing all this voluntarily. She has a principle that her daughter should not be involved in such rough stuff.
Rough stuff? What are they gonna do to me? They've been kicking and slamming my front door. They're really violent.
My mother was furious when she heard I was forced to drink beer at the wedding. She investigated various things using connections with people at the wedding. It turns out that someone had switched out my beer. They caught her on the security camera in the kitchen of the wedding hall. This person was almost sending me to the afterlife, and my mother wanted to make her pay for her actions. I heard she was seriously furious. I felt sorry for the suspect because she was about to get roughed up. I knew it was you, Linda.
It wasn't me. Hurry up and make them leave.
And you didn't just swap the non-alcoholic for regular beer. Come to think of it, no matter how weak I am with alcohol, one beer is not fatal for me. It's just too strange. Linda, You mixed vodka in my beer, didn't you? I am not a regular drinker, so I didn't notice the strange taste right away. A stranger entered the kitchen, which is only open to staff, and put some foreign substances in the drink they were serving. This is a serious matter for the venue. Moreover, after I collapsed, you told all my relatives about the incident. After that, relatives who like to gossip similar to you seem to have leaked it to the media. The venue, which wanted to settle things quietly, had no choice but to make an official announcement. Everyone holds a grudge against you.
What? No way! Why me? It's not my fault.
The proof is already up. You planned this to prevent Louis and me from getting married, didn't you? Not only you switched the drinks, but you also lied to Louis. I'm sure you must have been very happy that it worked out so well. But every bad thing has to come out sooner or later.
You're the one who's at fault. Despite being from a lower-class family, you dared to pursue marriage with our dear son. Your lack of understanding of social status is the problem.
You seem to be very proud of your social status, but if you become a criminal, it will affect your husband's work, right?
I'm not a criminal.
I collapsed from acute alcohol intoxication due to the alcohol you concocted. I was on the verge of life and death. This is a serious attempt murder.
All right, I apologize for putting you in the hospital. Do you want alimony? Then I'll pay you whatever you want. So get them away from me. I'm desperately barricading myself in right now. The door is about to break down.
You're the one who will be hospitalized. Nobody can stop my angry mother. You'd better not resist in vain. If things get out of hand, she might end up laying hands on your husband and Louis, you know.
Oh no! Oh, the barricade! It's breaking! Patricia, it was Mom who was lying. Everything was set up by Mom to stop our marriage. I'm sorry I doubted you. Hey, let's start over. Let's register our marriage now, okay?
Marry the son of a criminal? Don't make me laugh. I'm sure you contacted me in a panic after Linda was taken away. I don't have any feelings for you anymore.
Don't say that. We promised to cut ties with my family if things got tough and build our own family, right? My dad's in some kind of trouble with some people at work. It seems really, really bad. I think I should get out of the house and be with you while I still can. So, please do me a favor. The only person you hold a grudge against is my mom, right? You still love me, right? Right?
Are you serious? You never once came to visit me while I was in the hospital, and even after I got out of the hospital, you didn't trust me. And you said a lot of things about me and my family, like we are poor, low class, and so on.
That's because my mother lied to me.
Even so, I wouldn't want to be with someone who can abuse others with such foul language. At that point, all my feelings for you are gone. I'm really glad I didn't marry you.
Oh no!
So, goodbye. Oh, and when Linda comes back, please tell her that I'll charge her as much as I want for alimony. Linda was given a harsh lesson by the man my mom sent, and she came home regretting all the things she had done. After that, based on the evidence my mother found, I filed charges against Linda for attempted murder. Naturally, I also demanded alimony. It seems Linda intended to rely on her husband's money to pay compensation, but because of the incident, She was forced to divorce her husband, and she was unable to pay. So, one of my mother's brother introduced Linda to a job. And now she's working live-in jobs, paying off the compensation. Even after that, Louis persistently tried to reconcile with me. But after my mother's brother went to greet him, he never contacted us again.